Well, hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. We are going through Numbers right now. We've been going through it for 28 days here. Today and tomorrow, we're going to be looking at chapter 13. And that's where God has commanded the nation of Israel to send out spies. He says, send out 12 spies, really to explore the land. And his intention was to explore the land and to see, like, basically kind of where you want to live and stuff, kind of pick out, lay it out, do survey, because they were there for 40 days, all right, in the land. So it wasn't just a quick glance around. They were walking around and they were really exploring the land, and it's kind of a preview of what God had in store for them. He could have just thrown them into the land, but he wanted them to kind of get that preview. Okay, it also turned into a test. How were they going to handle that preview of the land? And you're going to see today they forgot about God here. There was 12 spies, and 10 of them completely forgot about God. Like God provided the land for them and told them that He would get them in there, but they forgot about God completely. You might say they took God out of the equation. So let's read here today, and we're spending two days on chapter 13 here. And so let's read chapter 13. It says, "The Lord said to Moses, send out some men to explore the land from Canaan, which I'm giving to the Israelites. From each ancestral tribe send one of its leaders." So the Lord commanded Moses and sent them from the desert of Paran. All of them were leaders of the Israelites. These are their names. Okay, I'm going to go through this list of names here. From the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, son of Zachar. From the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, son of Hori. From the tribe of Judah, Caleb, son of Jephunneh. Okay, keep in mind, this guy from Judah is named Caleb, son of Jephunneh. You're going to hear about him. He goes on to be like a really great hero here. From the tribe of Issachar, Eagle, son of Joseph. From the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshai, son of Nun. And that guy is, they changed his name to Joshua. All right. Those two guys you will hear over and over again throughout the rest of this book and continuing on. The other guys that I'm mentioning here, you won't ever hear of them again. Okay. They're nobodies from nowhere because they forgot about God. And they go down in history as the spies that didn't trust God, and you never hear anything about them again. Okay? From the tribe of Benjamin, Pala, son of Rupha. And then from the tribe of Zebulun, Gadil, son of Zodai. From the tribe of Manasseh, a tribe of Joseph, Gadi, son of Susi. From the tribe of Dan, Amiel, son of Gemetal. From the tribe of Asher, Sathir, son of Michael. From the tribe of Naphtali, Nabhi, son of Voshi. And from the tribe of Gad, Gaul, son of Micah. These are the names of the men Moses sent to explore the land. Moses gave Hoshua, son of Nun, the name Joshua. Okay? So, pay attention to Joshua and Caleb throughout the story. Verse 17, when Moses sent them to explore Canaan, he said, go up through the Negev and on into the hill country, and see what the land is like, and whatever the people live there are strong or weak, few or many. What kind of land do they live in? Is it good or bad? What kind of towns do they live in? Are they unwalled or fortified? How is the soil? Is it fertile soil or poor? Are there trees in it or not? Do your best to bring back some of the fruit of the land. It was the season for the first ripe grapes. Okay, so a lot of assignments they were supposed to do to check out how it was growing, what the cities were like, all kinds of stuff like that. It says, so they went and explored the land from the desert of Zin as far as Rehob toward Libahath, and then they went up through the Negev and came to Hebron, where Hamli, Shel, and Temla, the descendant of Anak, lived. Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. When they reached the valley of Eshcol, they cut off a branch bearing a single cluster of grapes. 2 of them carried it on a pole between them, along with some pomegranates and figs. That place was called the Valley of Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes the Israelites cut off from there. At the end of 40 days, they returned from exploring the land. Okay, so one big thing here is they cut off this huge cluster of grapes, branch bearing a single cluster of grapes. And it says they put it on a branch and carried it between two guys. I don't know of any grapes that are that big and that would have that many grapes. The grapes that I see is like you can hold up with one hand and carry them around. Okay, so this was a huge amount of big grapes, so big that they had it on a pole between them to carry that thing. Can you imagine? It's like the super grapes that they found there. Verse 26, they came back to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at Kadesh in the desert of Paran. They reported to them and to the whole assembly and showed them the fruit of the land. They gave Moses this account. We went into the land to which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. Here is the fruit. But the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. We even saw descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites live there in the Negev, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live in the sea and along the Jordan. Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, we should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it. Okay, they've been given this report, here, but Caleb has to stop him and say, we need to take that land. Verse 31, but the men who had gone up with him said, we can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are. Notice they say, we can't attack them because they are stronger than we are. They never ever mention God. They don't go, oh, because God's on vacation or whatever. They never ever mention God. They forgot about God. They took God out of the whole equation here. So their belief is we can't possibly take the land because they are stronger than we are. Verse 32, and they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. They said, the land we explored devours the living in it. All the people we saw there are great size. Isn't this funny? All the people they saw there are great size. When they go in and actually capture the land later, they're going to find out that not all of the people were of great size. There was a few, but not all of them. Verse 33, we saw Nephilim there, the descendant of Anak, coming from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Okay? The big thing I want you to see here from this chapter is this today, that you had the 12 spies, you had the 2 spies that had God in the forefront of their mind. We can take this land, and because we have God on our side. Okay, they remember everything they'd gone through getting out of Egypt. Okay, they remember God doing the 10 plagues and drowning the Egyptians and everything God had done for them. Okay, and it seems like these other spies must have completely forgot about that and everything God did for them. And so when they get to this promised land and they look at it, they're only thinking of themselves humanly, like we can't possibly do this because these guys are bigger than we are. Okay, they don't think about God. So in our ministry and the things that we're doing, we need to include God into the equation. Okay, you might be called to teach a Sunday school class, and humanly you're shy and quiet and you could never teach that, and you have fear and so forth, and humanly you can say to yourself, I can't do that. But when you put God into the equation and you can say, God's going to be with me, God's going to give me the power to speak, he's going to take away that fear, he's going to be there with me, and I can do that. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So you need to put that into the equation with everything you do. I have God on my side. Okay, the rest of the world is operating in this thing that I don't have God on my side. I'm just trying to do things on my own. But you're going to see where your faith really exceeds and you really grow spiritually is when you put and keep God in that equation, that God is a part of everything I do, and I can't do this necessarily on my own, but I can do it with God's help. Okay, and that's where you will find the most ministry and so forth happens. Okay, I can't do hardly anything on my own. Okay, I'm just a regular guy. But when I have God on my side, that changes everything, and the ministry and the things that I can do way exceeds what I can do on my own. Okay, so remember that. Don't forget about God. God needs to be a part of everything you do. Thanks for watching. I am a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey looking at the book of Numbers. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.